So what we're going to do today is talk about how much money to bring for Ragbrai. What are you going to do for that money? So not what are you going to do for the money. I mean, I don't care how many feet pictures you sell on OnlyFans or what you do to make extra money, but how much of this stuff should you bring to go to Ragbrai for a week? It's going to depend on a lot of factors, and we're going to discuss those in a minute. So commonly, if you're going to the interwebs and checking out, hey, what do I need to bring for Ragbrai each day? What type of figures are you going to get? You're going to get between $20 and $40 a day. Averagely, I think the recommendation is $35 a day. Now, there's a lot of factors that go into that. For instance, are you going to be in a charter that's going to feed you a couple times a day? You're going to need money for pie and beer and refreshments and all these little stops. There's lemonade stands. There's guys selling watermelon. There's ice cream. You got to get the ice cream. And basically, that's going to ramp that dollar figure up. In my experience, it's more around $50 a day. It's not going to be every day, but if you plan for that, that will get you through in moderation, I should say. There's a lot of places you can spend $50, I'm sure, at one stop. So how are you going to bring that money? Should you have credit cards? Should you have actual Benjamins? Well, here's the deal about an actual Benjamin. It's probably too big for most vendors to actually break. They would prefer smaller bills. So my rule of thumb has always been to take most of my money in $5 and $10 bills. That way, when you're going to a vendor, you're in line, pie is $5, $7, whatever it is, give them a 5, a couple ones, a 10, you're always dealing with small bills. You don't have to take your whole stash with you all week. You can stash it in your gear bag and on your bike and that sort of thing. But yeah, definitely deal with small bills. The better for everybody. Don't count on credit cards because it's, predominantly in small towns, there's not going to be a big Wi-Fi presence there. It's going to be overloaded, and that's how they're clearing most of the credit cards. So try and stick with cash. You figured out that you're going to have to take probably about $50 a day. So whatever dollar figure you arrive, whether you're more at the $35 or the $50 or more per day, is it better to bring it in card form or use cards, or is it better to bring it in Benjamin form? Well, yes and no. It's always better to have cash on Ragbrai. A lot of the places just aren't able to clear cards because of the massive volume of people. It's predominantly a cash, known as a cash ride, so to speak. So smaller bills are king. So if you've got 5s, 10s, and a bunch of 1s, you'll be set for the whole week. Now, you don't have to carry, your entire fundage for the week with you. We'll talk about that later. You can store it secretly in different places. But anyway, 5s, let's say a slice of pie is $5. It's an easy transaction. You're buying one for a friend. It's $10. Shower's $8 with a towel. You got a 10. It just works better. So make sure you stop by your local bank before you get to the start. Because if you're going to those ATMs to try and empty out, you're probably going to get 20s or 50s. So my suggestion is go get a bunch of 5s and 10s before you leave and getting that type of fundage. So you can walk up to the counter, make your withdrawal, tell them you want it in all 5s and 10s. They'll just look at you funny. And if you're in Iowa, chances are they'll say, oh, you're going on Ragbrai. That's actually happened to me a couple times. And it's easy then. If you go to an ATM at the start of the ride or in a little pass-through town, chances are those things might even be tapped out, or there's going to be a big fee to use them. But if you run out of money halfway through, or somewhere down the road, yeah, you can always do the ATM. Just be prepared that they might not have the cash you need, and there might be a huge fee to take that out of the local whatever bank or Casey's or whatever that comes out. If you've never done Ragbrai before and you're not really aware of the things that you can spend money on, we have options to spend money in Iowa. There's your local breakfast place that's in the town that you're going to start at. There's also all types of street vendors that just move in for the day, whether that be in an overnight town, a pass-through town, or anything. They are usually all Ragbrai approved. They've got food permits, that type of thing. Yeah, there'll be random kids with a lemonade stand or an ice cream stand or a farmer handing out stuff. Check them out. Somebody raising money for the band to get new uniforms, or the church to get new hymnals, or something of that nature. So it's always good to have some extra cash on you that you can participate that. Remember, this is the biggest thing that's happened to a lot of these towns, and since there's going to be so many people this year as opposed to other years, I truly believe that the cash is going to be king, and it's going to get you through those lines a lot quicker than if you're going to have to go through and wait for your credit card to process and get a receipt and all that other crap. So yeah, definitely bring the green. And if you got a stripper friend, just exchange them out for a lot of these, and then you can just do you on the whole ride. So how you're going to carry around this big stash of money there? Basically, you can buy small wallets like at REI, different outfitters. A lot of people just use a quart Ziploc bag, folds up, sticks in your back jersey pocket just fine. Chances are you've traveled with money before and know how to take care of it. The thing is, you just don't want to lose your driver's license, a credit card or two, and a big stack of money. So I'd suggest just taking $50 out in the morning when you leave your tent, and keep the rest of the stash in your stuff with your tent, or however you're traveling. If you're bagging it, yeah, just put it on the bags and get going. So that's the one tip, to just take enough cash for each day. Also, you might want to separate where your credit cards and ID is from your cash. So if you do walk away, don't forget your credit card with an open tab in some small town, that type of thing. So anyway, $5 bills and tens, that is what you want to have right there. Just see how much pie you can get with that. So there you have it, my take on how to bring your money to Ragbrai, how much money to bring, how you can gauge it for yourself. You do you on this. This is a once in a lifetime thing for a lot of people, and then a lot of people it's just another week in July that they're going to ride across the state of Iowa. In the meantime, ride safe, take care of your dash, and we will see you on the next one.